Hi everyone, welcome back to Social Studies for this week. Happy Monday. So I did want to start out with going over Studies Weekly real quick and your login. If you at any time want to log into Studies Weekly, you do have your username and passwords for this website. You will go on to studiesweekly.com/online. You can see at the top here. And you will be able to log in and go back to your readings if you want to do that at any time. So once you are here, you will put in your username and password and click log in. And you should only see this one here. So you would click on Our Community, Studies Weekly Michigan. Should be your only option there. And then this week, we are still on week 6, which is important documents, and you could click on that. Yours will look a little different because mine is the teacher version. And then this is what we are looking at for this week, is week 6. We are coming to an end on our important documents unit. You will have a quiz on this topic tomorrow. So feel free to go back to any of your social studies videos from last week and study up for that quiz if you would like to get some preparation before you take that tomorrow. That is a great way to study. Today we are going into our last topic, which is right to petition the government. I have a quick reading here that I want to complete, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what a petition is, and you will get the chance to make your own petition. So here we go. The Constitution says that people can petition the government. This means that people can tell the government what they don't like. We have the right to ask the government to change if we don't agree with its decisions. So we've been talking about this for the last week, and this is one of our rights that is in the Constitution. It says that if we don't like something that is going on in our government, we can go and petition the government to make a change. So if there's something that is going on that we don't like, you have the ability to create a petition and have people sign your petition to then get that change made. So let's look at this page here real quick. So think about what a petition is. Maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't at this time, but take a look at this picture and think to yourself, what do you think a petition is? Hopefully you had a couple seconds there to think. If you need more time, you can pause the video. So as we see on this picture here, a petition, it looks like there are some words at the top, and then there's a lot of signatures at the bottom. A signature is when you write your name in cursive. So a petition is something that you can write to the government of saying that you want something changed. You could do this in government, you could do it in your community, you could maybe even do this in your own house if your mom and dad agree to let you write them a petition. So what it is you say that there's something in the government that you don't like and you want it to change. You would write that out at the top of your petition, and then you would have to go and gather signatures from people in your community saying that they agree with you and they don't like what's going on either and they want that change to happen. If you get enough signatures, then there could be a change that is made. After my video here, you will be watching another quick video on a little bit more about what a petition is. We're going to talk about it by going into Notability, and we're going to look at this page here, My Petition. This is what you will be completing on your own today. So you will write your name at the top here, and then it is titled Petition. So here's the directions. You will write a pretend petition, so this is not really going to Mrs. DeRussell, but it is a pretend one. You will write a pretend petition to Mrs. DeRussell about something you would like to change in our own school. Take some time to brainstorm ideas. Then pick one idea to write about. Using complete sentences, write what you would petition Mrs. DeRussell to change about our school and why. Please write at least 4 sentences. Lastly, on the second page, draw a picture of the change you have petitioned to take place. So again, this is written in our Constitution. If there is something going on in our government or our community that we don't like and that you don't like, you could write a little bit about what it is you don't like and what you would change. And then you would have others come and sign that, saying that they agree with you and they also want a change to take place. So you are going to do that today. but with something that you would change in our own school. And you are going to be pretending that you are writing this petition to Mrs. DeRussell. So you could start out your writing with, Dear Mrs. DeRussell. Then I will have a comma there. My text is a little big, so I would probably make it smaller than this. So, Dear Mrs. DeRussell. And then you would go through and you would write your 4 sentences on what you would like to change and why. This might take some brainstorming. You might not be ready to write yet, and that's okay. When this video is done, you might want to take a couple minutes to think about the change that you would make to our school. I'm going to brainstorm some ideas up here for us. So let's see. I want you to think for just a minute before I start writing these. What is something about our school that you would like to change and that you would be willing to ask Ms. DeRussell to change? So I'll just let you think about that for a second before I start giving some ideas. All right, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to give us some ideas too. So maybe we think we need healthier lunches at school. Maybe you want to ask Mrs. DeRussell, and our lunches at school are pretty healthy, but maybe you think they can be even healthier. So you could say, healthier lunch choice. That could be an option. Another petition, maybe you want more recesses. Maybe you don't think that your morning, lunch, and afternoon recess is enough and you think that we need more recess. You could go ahead and write about why you would like more recess at school. There are many, many different options. I'm only going to give one more example. Maybe you think school should last longer. Instead of getting out at 3:20, maybe you think we should go to school until 4 o'clock because then we can learn more. That might be a petition you could ask Mrs. DeRussell. So this is your opinion, and this is your choice of what you would like to write about. I gave you 3 examples here. I'm going to encourage you to pick a different example than what I have provided here. If you had already thought one of those in your head before I started this video, you are more than welcome to still use that idea. And if you really can't think of a different idea, you can use one of mine, but I am going to, like I said, encourage you to come up with your own idea because there are many more ideas that you could come up with to change at our school. So again, on this page here, you are going to write what you think should change at our school and why. You are going to petition Mrs. DeRussell, which means you are going to write this letter. And if we were really creating a petition, we would then go and get signatures for it. But it's just a pretend one, so we are not going to do signatures. I will help start you out on this. So, Dear Mrs. DeRussell, a great sentence starter for this could be, I have to get rid of my bullet points. Could be, Dear Mrs. DeRussell. Oops, where is my text box? There it is. You could start out with I think, and I'm going to use my example of school lasting longer. So you could say, I think that school should last longer in the day. Period. Make sure you are adding your capital letters there, and you are also adding a period at the end. So I think school should last longer in the day. So you can start out with saying a statement of your petition first. So say what you want to change. That should be in your first sentence. So I think, and then what change you think should come next. And then your second sentence could be, I think this because, and then you can finish your sentence there. I think this because students should have more time to learn throughout the day. And that could be my next sentence. My next sentence is there. Let me change this real quick. There we go. And then make sure we're using our transition words too. So I said, I think that Oh, I made a mistake up here. I'm just going to fix my mistake. That is okay that I made one, as long as I learned from it and as long as I fixed it. So I think that school should last longer in the day. I think this because students should have more time to learn throughout the day. You could use a transition word here. You could say, next, I think this because, and you could finish off your sentence there. I think this because students, I wish I had a different line there, but I don't. So this is actually going to be on that second line, and that's okay. Next, I think this because students could then come home at the same time as their parents. So maybe your parents don't get out of work until 4 o'clock. If we stay in school till 4 o'clock, then you guys could be getting home at the same time. I'm going to use another transition, and I'm going to say lastly. Lastly, I think this because students could get better grades from staying at school longer. And I'm going to add a closing sentence here. This is why I think students should stay in school longer throughout the day. And that would be it for my writing there. You can have more than 4 sentences. I did, and you are more than welcome to have more. As long as you are getting your idea across in 4 sentences, I am okay with you having 4, but I really need to make sure you are giving me a detailed description of what petition you are trying to make and why. Please don't just say, I think we should have healthier lunch choices at school, and that's it. We really need to be adding those complete sentences and explaining why we think this. Because if you just say your idea in the petition and you don't have anything to support it, well, Mrs. DeRussell probably is not going to accept that petition. And I know this is pretend, but be using complete sentences and checking for capitalization and your punctuation at the end. After you are done with your sentences here, you're going to scroll down to the bottom. There is a second page. You will draw a picture to the best of your ability. I know it is challenging on the iPad sometimes, of your petition. So if it was me, I would probably draw some sort of clock, and maybe I would have students sitting at desks still at school. And I know I'm going quick here. So I have some students sitting at a desk, and then I have my clock at the top, and I could say that they are still in school at 4 o'clock. I'm not going to finish my picture here because I don't want to take too long in this video. That is it for your assignment in social studies today. So remember, you are picking one idea, one change that you would make at our school that you would petition Mrs. DeRussell to change. We are not getting signatures on this because it is just a pretend petition, but maybe in the future you'll want to write a real petition, and I hope this is a great example for you guys to get started on that. If you have any questions, please reach out. Have a great day.